Why are we like this? That's what I need to know is why we're like this.
And we are live.
Why? Why
Hello,
are we like this?
everybody.
Who the fuck are?
Hello, everyone.
Why
Welcome
ask
to
why?
Wayward Revelry. I am your storyteller or dungeon master, whatever you want to call me. I'm Prince. Hi. I'm here to bring these chaotic beings and stoic faces to disaster and doom or Fey shenanigans. It's been a minute. How we doing, people?
Save me.
I just
from
miss
everything.
you folks.
Oh wow!
I know,
so
Zero's
much.
eating a fluffy bunny. So
Zero,
that-
you have no.
That's a preview, I guess.
That can't be
What
comfortable.
happened in the last game? Why is this a preview?
That can't be comfortable.
Well, you'll find out when
That can't
we
be
hear from
sanitary.
Lawful Boring.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, lawful boring. Let's go.
So hey, Prince, GM, he, him, his pronouns. This is a crew. I'm terrible at introing this when I'm dealing with these people. I usually am fine with intros. It's just like y'all fuck me up. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your
Unfortunately, this is the crew.
patience. So we're gonna get started here. First up, let's say thank you to Roll20. We're using the Roll20 VTT. We'll be switching to different scenes in Roll20 for these things. You'll see the maps, all that jazz. Do check out Roll20 when you have a chance. Roll20.net. Let's see what other things we have. Yeah, so I guess I'll add this on here. I'm a voice mod partner. You'll see a voice mod link pop up later on in the yeah. Don't make faces. You'll see voice mod links pop up periodically in the chat. I need to make an actual command, but I just did a timer for now, so that's what y'all gonna deal with. But if you see the link, when you see the link, do check that out. You'll save 5% by using the promo code Moist Heat. That is all caps, Moist Heat, no spaces. Because that is
I
very
just want to
fitting
have
for
words
me.
with whoever chose that.
I chose that.
I was gonna say he chose
I
that.
got to make my promo code.
I'm literally putting it in chat just because I know she can't be here to do it for herself.
So thank you, Voice Mod. If you want to make your game jingle jangle, use Voice Mod.
I want you to support my friend. I do.
Jingle
really
Jangle
do.
is a wonderful, wonderful being, and if you harm one stray hair on their entire body, I'm going to murder you.
Thou shalt not use Jingle Jangle's
It
name in
won't be
vain.
me who does the harm. Honestly, it'd be more likely to be y'all that does the harm. Anyway,
I could have heard her.
content warnings
You
for this
love
game.
children.
Things that may happen, I guess. Harm to furry creatures, because these hairs are not playing. Blood,
Oh fuck! Now the
beating up
bunny
people,
makes sense.
and manipulation and creatures in chains. That's all I got.
The way Andrani just goes, oh fuck, now the bunny makes sense, because it just we can see the light bulb.
So let's let these wonderful players introduce themselves, and we'll go around the table, starting with Red.
Hi, everyone. I'm Red. My pronouns are she, they. I am playing Z, a broody fairy monk boy, whose pronouns are he, him. And you can follow me on Twitter if you would like. It is in the chat. Thank you, Blood Red Shears. I don't tweet very much, but I am a PM and a writer, and currently you can find me here most Sundays playing with these fine folk.
Panda.
Hi, I'm Awkwardish Panda. I'm very awkward. I'm roughly panda sized. I'm queer as fuck. Pride starts on Wednesday. Pay queer creators. It's hard out here. I play Glix, your gender fluid Eladrin druid. Well, sometimes it is 0 and sometimes it's not. Stop that. I play Glix. She's Lisa Frank druid. She's a lot of fun. She seems to be the level-headed one of the group, which is weird because she's a chaos agent, but whatever. Yeah, that's me. We'll go over all the fun things at the end of stream.
Okay. Then next up is Jill Loader.
Hi, I'm Joe Perez, otherwise known as Loader on the internet. I will be playing the Owlin Rogue Elafor, who is slightly less asshole shaped, and as time goes on, that is shrinking. He has a shrinking asshole. Yes, I broke
It's really
zero.
hard for
Fantastic.
a bird because
Really
birds
hard.
don't have assholes.
Yes.
You-
You can find me everywhere on the internet as Loader or LoaderZJ. I mostly do miniature painting and 3D printing stuff. I have won awards for doing the painting thing. Come say hey. That's it. That's all I got right now. Caffeine hasn't kicked in yet. Don't worry. I'll be much more animated as soon as it does.
Also, at Joe's behalf, he's won awards for other people with their painting because some people are
Oh my
assholes.
Oh God, we are not
God.
going to get into that today. But
Don't
yes,
steal people's art.
don't steal people's art.
Oh my Jesus. Okay. Next up is Andrani.
Hello, everybody. My name is Andrani. My pronouns are she, they. I go on the internet as @Nonacon_Dice. I am Gaming Magazine Rising Star Class of 2022 award-winning Awkwardish Panda's friend. It's really nice to be here. I've missed being online, and I happen to make dice, and I happen to be on Twitch streams and all that, but that's what I want you to focus on.
Everyone
You
compliment
got
her.
read so fast, Panda. Like it was like instantaneous.
I don't have any
Magical.
makeup
You
on
got
or
picked
anything.
so
changing.
fast.
I don't have any makeup to cover it. I
Oh
blush
my
really
God.
easily and I am very pale.
That was fantastic.
You know what's cool is that like Indian people don't blush. Like when people like I read about blushing and all of that growing up, I was like,
I was always
I've
the
never
same.
seen
I'm like,
someone
blush?
go red.
One of my best friend is Indian. I have seen her blush once.
Exactly. It's like it doesn't happen to people. So it's nice to see that it's a real phenomenon. But
Oh no, it's a real phenomenon.
Yeah, it's
And
worse
Panda
for white
blushes
people.
really easily, which is why I wear so much damn makeup because I flush really fast.
It's like blushing and
say I'm
sunburns. These
sorry.
were things that I never saw growing up.
But Andrani, where will you be this August?
Oh yes, I'm glad you asked. I will be at Gen Con Indy 2022 this
And
August.
me and Andrani will get a picture.
Yeah.
It will
Yeah,
happen.
Not just
The
a
way
picture,
I
we'll
am-
hang.
Yeah,
I just
more
want it
pictures.
known I can be in Indianapolis in 4 hours and I am contemplating coming down for the day just to be able to give you a hug.
You have to.
4-hour drive for a hug.
I will
Anyway,
absolutely drive 4
this
hours
is the
for a
longest
hug.
intro ever.
I'm
Zero,
sorry.
go ahead.
Hey everyone, my name is Zero Reynolds, aka Sir Jester, and star of the one-man off-Broadway show Backstreet's Back. All right, I'm playing Ulfir the Strayed Furbolg Barbarian, Path of the Beast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I play Kismet. Sorry.
Yeah, we didn't even get to that part. Shit.
Yeah.
We're messy. Welcome to our show. We all
Hi,
adore
how's it
each other
going?
and we are chaos. In the best way.
Anyway, so
This is what y'all pay to see.
you know what's happening
Zippo.
next. We're gonna get our recap. Zero, take it away.
Good morning, and this is the Sunday Carnival News. I'm Lawful Boring, still recovering from spurious accusations made by former weather forecaster turned Waffle House cook Gail Stratus, who's about to, quote, catch this slander lawsuit served smothered and covered. I'll see you in court. Predict that, you meteorological menace. Our continuing story. Their cartwheeling cavalcade of colorful carnage that is the friend-shaped group as they make their way across the Prismere. Our heroes and their backwater bullywog guide arrive at the home of the Watcher of the Lake, only to find it beset by devils keeping the lake's guardian captive through the use of what can only be described as vaporwave for folks that think vaporwave doesn't go far enough. They discover a path of colorful stones leading to the cave entrance of the Watcher, and Glix discovers that stepping on one elicits a musical tone. Thus, the first annual Prismere Battle of the Bands was joined, with our heroes attempting to out-annoy the fiends, and out-annoy they did. The party, despite having literally the entirety of existing music's catalog at their disposal, decides to play Baby Shark. This broadcast reminds its viewers that it is not legally responsible for any psychic damage sustained through its reporting. In what can only be described as, quote, the most reasonable reaction for any monster in the history of monsters ever, the Devilkin fly into a rage and attack the party before they can finish their terrible curse, fueled by the darkest of powers. My producer informs me that I cannot say that about a children's song, but this reporter will die on this hill. It's an abomination. Come at me, Bob. These hands are rated E for everyone. During the fight, Z punches one of the Devilkins so hard that it cancels its account to the server, the game, and existence itself. When asked about this display of ponage, Z remarked, monk shit, except no substitutes. Our heroes finish the song, and aside from the one Devilkin that Ulfir the Strayed goes off on like the printer scene from Office Space, goddamn, dial it back, son, the enemies flee. Our heroes meet the Watcher, an equally adorable and terrifying combination of moose and dragon. Have you ever seen a moose in real life? They do not fuck around. Bullwinkle has zero time for your tourist bullshit. The group gets to ask 3 questions of the majestic creature, one of which is immediately wasted by Ulfir, who offers the Watcher a snack. Brilliant. The group learns through better questions that the rule of hospitality has begun to wither, and that this is leading to many woes in the land. Before leaving for the next destination, the group sets up a play date for the Watcher and the Bullywog. It is pure and adorable, and I know what certain fanfic writers out there are thinking. I would inform said miscreants to knock that shit off. Our heroes find a harp that is so freakishly out of tune that it causes physical pain to the listener. This broadcast wishes them luck on their new journey as YouTube music stars. The Watcher then directs them to a hidden passageway, a secret tunnel, if you will. That will help them get up to the cliffs where they spied the captive in the hanging cage. They manage the trek and find themselves above the clouds on a cliff overlooking the lake. What follows is a dissertation in how digital dice cannot be fucking trusted. They are born of programmed malice, and why would anyone in their right mind trust their lives to these things? They hunger for our suffering. Goddamn, they almost died trying to rescue this guy. That's like having an aneurysm while opening a can of SpaghettiOs. I thought this game was supposed to make us feel powerful. Eventually, the group manages to free Klibor the Satyr from captivity, who reveals that he too saw the group in a dream. Z takes the time to go from zero to bad cop in record time and questions the weakened creature. Way to stay on brand, Z. The group and the new Satyr socialite return to the cave of the Watcher in an attempt to get some well-deserved rest. Unfortunately for them, the Hare population has no concept of noise ordinances and proceeds to throw a nearby frat-level rager that keeps the group awake. Elafor proceeds to go irritable old neighbor mode. He even rolls up his sleeves. Outside, the group sees the belligerent bunny boy blowout Bacchanal in progress. Having learned from their previous encounter with the Devilkin, the party turns to the power of music to solve this latest crisis. Using the whistle and harp they had found earlier, they proceed to unleash the most experimental of metal upon these filthy casuals, culminating in a concert so brutal that the Hare flee before its heavy might. Satan was later commented as saying about our heroes, "No, they're not mine, but I love them like family." And now, here's Dimples with the financial report sponsored by Twitter. Twitter, screaming into the void is only profitable when it can scream back.
Yeah. So.
I love that so fucking much. Thank you.
Yeah, we're here.
Never change, Zero.
Yeah, please never change.
It's a wonderful
I gotta
week
say,
recap, I guess.
For the
So do you
for the
understand
first
what happened,
time,
Johnny?
yeah, no, I was just gonna say, because now I get to hear this from the perspective who doesn't fully understand what happened in the last game, and I can say with full certainty that I still don't fully understand what happened.
Perfect.
This is a wonderful place to be in.
Yeah. All I know is that y'all ate shit, and I gotta heal some people up.
We
think.
absolutely ate
We
shit.
are. We got a
took
long rest. We've all.
We got
That did take a long rest.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, did get to take a
We're,
long rest.
we're starting today with us waking up the next morning.
Awesome.
So for the sake of storytelling here, Andrani, I'd say Kismet has probably been incapacitated by, he ate a whole friggin' deer, and that blood is just kind of sloshing around a little
Oh,
bit,
yeah.
and eventually it caught up with you. You got a little tired, had to stay in the tent.
Yeah. I'm still learning how to snack in moderation.
Yeah,
Your stomach is
exactly.
feeling a little. Your stomach is feeling a little gamey.
Oh my god, Jeff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Told you.
So-
I warned you.
Could you be a
Effing
deer
said
and
to
walk
kick you.
that pun back, please?
God damn it.
It doesn't behoove me.
Anyway,
Listen, y'all get after Z for being toxic, but I want everyone to know the real toxic people are here on your screen, right in front of you.
Listen,
See, Z's not
I've
toxic.
never-
Z is just an asshole and
Yes.
knows it.
Red,
Toxic are the people that pretend like they're not.
Red, that really sounds like you're passing the buck.
oh my god. Okay, so
but is she though?
we last left off with our group having saved the Watcher from the Devilkin. And
Was that a dragon that just swoops down and kills us all in real life? Amazing.
and they
I'm waiting
got
for
a
the smoke
chance
to release from my ears now.
to take a break afterwards. What we didn't leave out anything in this last episode. Y'all just saved the Watcher, saved the Satyr,
Yep.
and
Faced off the bunnies and took a rest.
yeah, that's the nitty gritty of it. Now you do know that nearby on the map is a shortcut into the Hare hideout. This is a way to get in there and potentially stop what is going on with Senor Longscarf. And, maybe free up those memories that they've been storing in a jar and they're stealing from people. You need to go through here, though, because this is going to be... You can't skip around the Brigand's Tollway to get to what's the name of the friggin' place?
Downfall?
Thank you. Yeah, there's no way to skip around there. So stopping them or making some sort of tentative peace, which is not impossible, is probably your only way to get to Bavlorna. Now, how y'all go about doing this is entirely up to you. And I have a feeling that's going to be a disaster simulator, and I'm super excited for it.
I mean, yeah, we know.
But
Are we still settled on violence with the bunnies?
We never settled on violence with the
We
buddies.
never
were asked
settled.
not to.
But Elafor and C were like, see, this is all the confirmation we need to get our vengeance.
We were asked not to kill them. Nothing was said that not used violence.
Not to beat their ass.
Wording.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't need their legs.
Ask y'all not to kill them.
Yeah, they don't need their legs.
But
I
there
will
was no
try the diplomatic
asking for
approach
no
first.
violence by.
I'm not gonna walk in there guns blazing. Elafor does not want to get on Glix's bad side again. Oh wait.
Yeah, but we have no love for the bunnies.
Y'all don't owe them
Despite what
anything.
Zero might lead you to believe.
So we are just waking up in the tent, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. About to eat some breakfast.
That is correct. Y'all have
Okay.
Oh, as
Uh,
everybody's waking up, Kismet is just like standing in a corner, like leaned up against the wall, just like looking around, and just says, "Good morning. Did you all sleep well?"
Mm-hmm.
Well enough.
I'm
My
hungry.
ears still hurt from the whistle.
Don't make me blow it again. Kismet, I have your whistle. Do you want it back? You
I
were
would love to
sleeping and
have
we
it
needed
back.
it. Here you go.
Thanks. Take the whistle.
You were sleeping.
pointedly
and,
at Z.
You know.
Put it away.
Y'all, we
I
gotta
was
talk.
feeling. Oh, you do?
Yeah, we gotta talk.
Did I do something wrong again?
No, this is me.
Oh, okay.
she's gonna start pulling out like breakfast. She's gonna pull out like a little loaf of bread and some honey and some jam. She's got good shit in her pack for her rations. She's gonna offer if anybody else wants something to eat.
Alfir will
As
take some.
always, I'll take a piece and just hold it.
Yeah. So you can feel socially attached to everyone.
Yeah. I'm breaking bread. Yeah, it's great.
I have neglected to tell y'all about some stuff, but now that I kind of talked to the Watcher about it yesterday, you guys need to know what's going on. Look, I don't trust nobody, and I almost lost my home because people were being assholes. So
You didn't lose anything. You weren't involved.
I almost lost my home because people were being assholes.
Elafor sits down next to
Yes.
Kismet and has a little tiny teacup and just starts as this is going on. He ain't about to get involved, but he gonna watch.
Same. I offer him some bread. Like uneaten bread.
Did you pick it apart and just kind of throw it at him first?
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, it's really good seeded bread. It's whole grain. It's great. It's exactly what Elafor is going to want to eat on any given day.
I eat it in the most owl disturbing way possible, but yes, I'm still paying attention. I'm not participating. I'm like watching.
So obviously I was the last one to leave. And before I left, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light stopped me, and they had information for me about being here, and I don't know how to parse it.
Fucking knew it.
Z, I'm gonna politely ask you to shut the fuck up for 5 minutes.
That is polite. For sure.
He's like,
I look at Kismet. Yeah, that is actually rather polite for this group. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what
They're
information
all
did you
coming
get?
together.
They told me that we have to mind the rule of 3. Past, present, future.
Okay.
And then they told me that we have to find the alicorn.
Alicorn?
Yes, as in a unicorn with wings. Or a Pegasus with a horn, depending on how you want to look at it.
those are
Why are you only telling us this now?
Because it's been 2 days and I didn't know who I could trust, because obviously someone tried to help make me lose my home. Someone was
You're more
irresponsible.
worried about something that didn't happen to you than something that happened to me.
We
don't
are
wanna
all
hear-
a group, and we are all responsible for one another. So when one of us acts, we act for the entire group.
We weren't a group then.
We were
We're
a
still
group
not a
then.
group.
We were as much a group then as we are now.
No, we're
And your
not.
actions could have lost me everything I have.
See,
point-
still more concerned about yourself than something that didn't happen, than something that happened to
Enough. Listen, I have been, when I first met you, I was definitely a bit of a dick. Because I was afraid of people walking out on me, getting close to anybody. But I would die for any of you at this point. And you're bickering, Z, about how Glix feels? Get the fuck over yourself. Get it
Z storms
together. Oh, I grab her. Or him. I grab him. No.
He's flying. He's flying.
Blow the
forget
whistle,
that I
blow
can
the
fly
whistle,
too?
blow the whistle, blow the
No,
whistle.
I know that you can fly too, but
Okay.
I'm trying
This
to leave.
needs to be done.
Nobody cares about my feelings. Z pulls
I-
away and runs.
Okay,
I'm
that
gonna
is such a
Let's
lie.
make a dice roll or something about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contested athletics checks, I guess.
I don't think either of us are very strong.
No, we are not. I actually have a.
Oh, yeah.
I just
Z
kind of
is
stink eye this
rageful
whole
hurt
thing, and I'm just
feelings.
like, I am just sitting here like nibbling on my food.
So Z
Wolf here
flies
is
out.
not eating.
Z
Flies
is flying
out.
off. Yeah.
Can I just get up and follow Z?
You won't need.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I
If you
mean,
just
yeah.
want to watch and walk, yeah, absolutely. Z
Yeah,
only
yeah,
has
yeah.
a flying speed of 30, so you can keep up
Okay. Yeah.
to where
Yeah.
Z's
I
going.
mean, I
but-
think he's dashing off, but like I'm not faster than other people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
Fly
stay in
an
the tent
elephant
and I'm
if I could.
checking on Clibor to make sure that he's starting to recover.
I'm gonna like walk up onto the wall to the side and then like walk horizontally. So I'm like closer in one way to wherever Z is flying.
He's
and-
flying out the tent door. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
We're inside
I'll
we're
say-
inside the tent eating.
yeah.
Hey, you said that nobody cares about your feelings. Do you really think that's true?
Yes. He's like sitting up in a like tree, like with his like arms crossed.
Let's settle the Z part after we settled the L
Okay.
part.
Yeah, yeah.
I sit back down and I look at Glix and I'm sorry, but I understand where you're coming from. Please continue.
I still don't trust a lot of you. Some of you I'm starting to trust, but I don't trust easy. The carnival's literally all I have. That's it. That's literally all I have. I have no home to go back to. I have no sense of direction if I'm not with people that can guide me constantly. It's all I have, and I almost lost it. And they trusted me with this information, but I didn't know if I could trust y'all because of the actions of what happened in the last couple of hours of the carnival, namely something happening with Mr. Light. Because obviously I've never seen him angry. And for him to polymorph somebody and to fire someone, I've been with the carnival for 50 years. I've never seen that happen.
Glix, when I carried you, did I ever let you fall?
No, and that's why I'm starting to be able to trust you.
Then please hear me and understand. I have no home.
We all
And then
deserve
he
to have a home.
starts eating his rations.
Well, maybe we can change that.
Elfor just walks over first to Glix, doesn't actually say anything, and just hugs Glix.
She
And
hugs him
then
back.
after the embrace, he walks over to Ulfir, climbs up Ulfir a little bit, and hugs him.
Hugs his bicep.
Basically.
More or less.
Little pudgy owl hands. So cute.
I'll probably, I mean, hearing I don't have a home, Glix is going to scoot over and sit closer to Elfor. I know what it's like not to have a place. I spent the first, 100 years of my life locked in a cage, basically. A gilded cage, but a cage nonetheless.
I believe that in life we are all, at one point or another, in some form of cage.
Yep. And
Despite all our rage.
I look at Glix. You've seen parts of me that I never thought I would share with anybody.
I know. And that's why I'm starting to trust people, which is why I'm trying to tell people now.
And he looks at you and he's like, I understand. What I'm trying to tell you is you are family to me now. And as long as that is the case, even if you have nowhere else to go, you have a home. I will share everything I have with you.
I appreciate that. I do.
And I look at Ulfir. The ceilings are really high there, so you'd be
They
comfortable
are
as
very
well.
high. Yes, very high. I appreciated that last time.
Well, that's just a trinket. That's not my home. I would love to take you there.
Where
would
is
love-
your home?
I have a house at Strixhaven on the campus. It's much too big for just me. You are all welcome.
Love to see it sometime. But first, we have problems to solve, and I'm trying to do that. And Z is an asshole.
Indeed.
Is it just me, or does anybody else want to just like put Z over their knee and spank the shit out of him?
They would enjoy that way too much. That's why I shoved him off a cliff.
Alpha goes, duly noted, and he writes it in a journal. Do not spank Z. They like it.
Oh my god.
Fuck. So, popping to outside.
Thank you. Go.
Z
Go.
and Kismet, because this is the perfect time when we're talking about spanking. Yeah, let's go.
You cut back, and Kismet's like, so what do you think about being spanked? I'm kidding. No. She'll follow Z and say, do you really think it's true that people don't care, or that these
obviously it's true? And Z is like crouched up on this tree branch with this like, arms crossed and everything, like pouting, basically. But he like also seems like genuinely kind of hurt, like he's like off his like normal game. He's like, everyone's been comforting Glex. She didn't lose her home. She didn't get fired. Nobody even asked me how I feel about getting fired. Everybody yells at me all the time. And I have worked so hard to just go along with the dumb plan of this group to talk to every person that we run across. I have talked to them. And what do I get? Just more yelling at me. Nobody cares. Scoots away on the branch.
Marsha.
Can I come sit next to you?
How? Oh yeah, you can walk up.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I'll walk.
But if you try to catch me, I'm flying away.
I'm not. Why would I try to? No, I'm just gonna sit down. I promise. I get it. It sounds frustrating, and I'm sorry that people haven't, that we haven't taken the time to hear what you have to say. Do you want to tell me how you're feeling about all of it? Like,
I'm
now?
mad.
That's fair. Yeah, I get that. I feel like, and I could be wrong. I don't read people very well, but maybe if you felt comfortable enough to do it, whenever that is, if you could open. I feel like the reason it's easier to want to comfort Blix is because she makes her hurt known. Do you know what I mean? I can look at her.
I'm making my hurt known, and everyone just yelled at me.
Well, I think, you know what? Yeah, that is kind of true, isn't it? Look, you've got a little bit of a reputation, right? And it's just easier to go with that. But what I'm trying to here's an olive. What branch is this? I don't know what branch is that. I break off a twig and I'm like, I hold it out. Here, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sure if you explain to them that you're hurt too, that they'll understand and they'll want to listen. And
I don't think they want to listen. Z like takes the branch from you, but he's still like not looking. Like he is straight up pouting like a toddler.
Kismet looks very uncomfortable. She's like, okay. Well,
I just need a minute.
Okay.
It's fine. I don't care. I don't care if they hate me.
You kind of do, though. Obviously, you do. Like, what are you lying about? It's fine. Just it's okay to care for the others and want them to care for you. The reason it's upsetting you is because you want them to care, right? Or else you wouldn't be mad. Yeah, no, don't bullshit me, Z.
I don't
like
care.
Just okay, just try this, right? Just come in. Because obviously Glix has information to give us, which we should know for strategic reasons, but also just why don't you just talk to all of us? If you stop trying to push people away and do it in a way that's not antagonizing everybody, they might want to listen. Like,
That's
the onus isn't all on you, but like a little bit.
Z like shrinks into his jacket a little further and like pulls the collar up. And he's like quiet for this long moment. And he's like, well, I just think that's too dangerous.
What, having friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but isn't it like so much worse without any?
It's safer for y'all.
It's not.
You don't
I'd
know
like
that.
to call you my friend. Look, if I could sleep, right, I would sleep better knowing that a friend like you is watching my back.
You hear this like Buzzy doesn't say anything. Just like
Well, you don't have to like bare your heart right away or anything, but just know that if you wanted to, that everybody would want to listen.
maybe you would listen.
Oh yeah, I totally would listen. 100%.
That's because Kismet doesn't want to call Z a
Kismet's like-
friend. She just wants Z to call.
Because I was like, this is a snack. Oh my god. He's like, well, I just need a minute and then it'll be fine. It doesn't really bother me. I just,
Okay, I have a spell that.
Okay,
that
maybe
lets
it
me-
bothers me a little bit, but it doesn't
Okay, thank
really bother me.
Okay. Look, I have a spell that when I cast it, I can tell when someone's lying or not, and I don't need to cast it right now. It's that easy, like it's that apparent. Is all I'm saying. Just take your time, right? No pressure, no rush.
Look, this is just a very high stakes situation because we all want something back that we lost and we had to work with each other to get it back. And maybe if we all got to pick, we wouldn't have picked each other. But,
See, because you're my friend, I appreciate the honesty, but it did hurt a little bit. And as a friend, I'm telling you that it hurt a little bit, but that's okay. I get it.
I just hurt your
It-
feelings. You really
Yeah.
think we would have all picked each other to work with?
I mean, yeah, why wouldn't I? Click Springs.
I
Click
don't have a
Flowers.
spell either, but I know that's a lie. You really think Glix, Ophir, maybe Elfor, you think they would have picked to work with me?
To be
He turns
fair,
around on the branch.
I don't want to speak for them, but here's the thing. We can sit here discussing whether or not we would have, but there is no better alternative. There is just this, right? There's just this. There's just these people and you and me. And that's the card we've been dealt. And look, it fucking sucks not being able to just come in. Just trust me. Let's just go in and just. I really want to find out what Glix has to say, honestly. Like, it's killing me right now.
Okay, fine, we can go in, but if everyone yells at me again, I'm leaving.
Okay. I'll ask them not to yell at you. Is that okay?
You don't have to do that.
I will. I'll tell them that it hurt your feelings and then you'll see how they
Don't
respond
tell
to
them
that.
it hurt my feelings.
Why? I'm gonna tell them it hurt your feelings, and I hop off the tree and I'm gonna like storm back in. I'm like, everybody.
As- Meanwhile,
I
in
yell
the
out.
tent, it's, do you think it's with an open palm, a horse crop, a flog? Like, what level of spanking are we talking here?
Oh my god.
I walk in.
There's definitely leatherworking involved.
Mm.
Hey, all you, listen.
Hi,
Clicks.
Kismet.
Hi.
Hi.
I heard a little bit of what y'all were mumbling when I was walking out, and family, I would never drink any of your blood unless like that would save your life or you wanted me to. So like I really care for you, right?
Consent is hot. Anyway, continue.
Consent is hot, but this is a pocket dimension. You can't hear anything outside of the tent.
Yeah.
But look, I know that some of us are not the most amicable people to be around. I get that, but if you just keep yelling at Z, it just hurts his feelings, right? He admitted that. Can you imagine? That's progress, right? He admitted that it hurt his feelings, and he probably won't admit it when he's back in here, but he did admit it. So if we could just be a little.
The only one yelling was Z until Ophir
Okay,
told us.
Clicks.
Or Elafor.
I never raised my voice.
Elafor, I'm sorry. You have a
No,
very loud
I
voice, so it's
interjected
pretty sweet.
because Z was the one yelling at Glix.
Okay, guys, I get it. Like I said, he's.
Do I need to speak quieter?
No,
No,
sweetheart,
you're fine, Ophir. Can we just try to? He's struggling too, and he's like struggling but acting out because of it, I think. But he's struggling is what I'm saying, and I feel like if he was just a little bit more compassionate towards Z as well, despite him being a little bit of a dick, then we might get him to just work with me, please. Look, I'm not a good mediator, okay?
You don't need to mediate. You don't.
Okay.
need
Oh,
to
I thought you said
mediate.
meat eater. I was going to question that.
Oh, I'm a
Do we
great
have
mediator.
meat? There is
Listen.
bread, but there's no meat.
Oh no, there's meat. Do you want some jerky?
I would love some jerky. Thank
Pull
you.
out some like really good spicy jerky out of my pack.
Is
and
anybody
hand some over.
listening?
I am,
The-
but the point is that Z has been kind of an asshole to all of us since the moment we all started talking
Yeah.
at the carnival, and they don't want to take any responsibility at all. He doesn't take any
That's-
responsibility for his actions, and he
He
only gives
also-
a shit about himself.
He also doesn't tend to listen. I started with this group and I was quite afraid of what this is, but
Yeah.
and I didn't listen, but then I stopped and I listened.
Yeah.
Z hasn't stopped and listened. Z runs away. Z yells. We can't meet halfway if Z doesn't walk towards that halfway mark.
Totally agree. 100%. It's just outside, he kind of listened.
Kind of.
No,
Did he
like
kind of
Z
listen or
throws the tent door open dramatically.
And it doesn't go very far because he's all of a foot and a half.
And,
Yeah, I know,
and
he's
then the
very
episode
small.
cuts next time on
But it's just
Lifetime.
like
Did
flat.
someone order an asshole? I'm here.
Just like, look. Indrani asked me to say
Indrani?
how.
Indrani.
Sorry, Indrani.
Did I
Kismat asked me to say how I feel. So I'm going to say how I feel.
While being respectful to the rest of us. That was an important part of it.
Yeah, well, it's great that the rest of you feel like you're making friends, that you have a family, that you have a place to stay. And everyone's mad at me, but I'm doing this for your own good. Because nobody ever asked me what I lost. And I lost the ability to keep a secret. And that is dangerous in the Feywild. That will get people killed. And so I'm doing you a favor by not being your friend. You're welcome. And he turns around, drops the tent door again, and leaves.
May I have some more jerky, please? Thank you.
So
Said
what we
he
know
wants
is
some-
that he is basically a 5-year-old. Everyone knows that he can't keep a secret. It's everyone at the carnival knows this.
Okay, what's it gonna take, Glix, for him to?
Ulfir is going to stand up and leave the tent. Y'all go ahead and do the conversation, but he's going to leave the tent and go after Z.
What's it going to take? Taking some responsibility for his actions.
He's trying.
No. Accusing us for his problem? No. He's not trying.
Just cut him a little bit of slack. I know that he's upset you, but he's having a hard time too. And he's
We're all
dealing with
having-
it.
We're all having a
I
hard
get-
time, and
I
we're not
get-
taking it out on everyone in the party, and we're not blaming
mean,
everyone
to
in the
be-
party.
To be fair, I was at one point.
Yeah. Yeah. And what helped was us. Alfor, correct me if I'm wrong. What helped?
What helped was I shut my damn mouth and I listened to
Okay.
Glix.
It's just-
I
this is
I literally stopped and listened to all of you and heard what you had to say.
some people are more difficult to get through than others, but that doesn't mean we should give up on them.
Nobody's given up on Z. Z's the one that keeps walking away. I can only do so much without incapacitating them, and I'm fairly confident Z would not like it if I kneecapped them.
I don't
Or-
know, just let it-
Or cap their wings. I don't know what the term is for doing that. I have no idea. Clipped wings, something. Either way, we've tried to talk with Z, and to your point, we had this talk with Z when we were in my shitty dorm room. We had this talk. The only one that wasn't there was Glix. And I thought we had breached this hill, but apparently we did not.
just feels like he's too scared to actually trust, to actually be friends with anyone, to actually, I don't know.
Then maybe he should stop self-sabotaging and let everyone be his friend.
And
he's
also,
not
like-
doing us any favors or protecting us. He's putting our lives in danger every time he opens his mouth.
Or runs off ahead, or doesn't listen to the plan, or doesn't care what the plan is, or, as I've learned, shoot before talking.
Okay.
I want Z to be okay. I don't want any of you to be in danger or harm. I've opened myself up to all of you more than I ever thought I would to any living creature, or mostly living creature. What do you classify as? I'm sorry. That's neither here nor there.
No. Ask me.
That's
it's
rude. You
fine. It
can't ask
doesn't
that.
bother
You
me.
can't ask that.
But Z hasn't tried yet. And they seem to listen to you. If you want to talk to them, or maybe Ulfir will get through, that's fine. But I tried. I bore my soul to Z, and apparently that wasn't enough to show that I trusted them. So I will be here. I will listen. And I look at Glix. By the way, this is wonderful tea.
Thank you.
Back outside.
Where did Z go? Is Z on foot or Z take flight?
Nah, Z just walked away probably like 50 feet or so, and it's just sort of like staring out towards the lake because we're still pretty close to it. Yeah.
So Ulfir comes up behind Z, surprisingly quiet for something this large, and just Z, may we talk?
Sure.
So Ulfir is going to sit. So not quite
I
on
think he's still taller than Z when he sits.
Like
probably
a foot and a half or two.
But trying.
Yep.
Ulfir unholsters one of his one-handed axes and places it in front of Z. I want you to hold this while we talk. And if by the end of our discussion you do not trust, then please use this. Do we have an agreement?
On what?
on me.
That's counterproductive. What?
It is, but I need you to listen, please.
I'm listening.
You cannot keep secrets, and I understand how difficult that is for you and how dangerous that can be. So he pulls up the sleeve of his coat, showing off the bandages that he has around both hands, and he starts unwinding the bandage as he speaks.
Are you going to tell me a secret? Because that is a bad idea.
Listen. The necklace I wore, the necklace I gave over to that innkeeper to keep her fires going, was bought with great price. It was discovered by a child in the village that I lived with my clan. The child did not understand what it could do, and like all magic and all innocence, it got away from him. He starts unwinding the bandages on the other hand. By the time my nostrils were filled with the acrid smoke, his family's home was already engulfed. I arrived to find the parents in flames, the child on the floor, shrieking, unable to understand what was happening. I prized that trinket from his blistered hands, and it was still red hot. I understood in my group that such a trespass would mean exile for this child. So I took credit. When the elders arrived, I said I was to blame for the magical mishap. The child protested, but I was very convincing. And since then, I have had no home, no family, no pack. I do not do this thing with you all now because I instantly liked you. I don't do this thing because I think you will keep my secrets. I do this thing because the pack is stronger, and for too long I too have had nothing to care for, nothing to protect, nothing to sacrifice for that was worth the price. So I do not ask you to be kind. I do not ask you to be friendly. I ask you to care and to trust me as I am trusting you.
I'll just stop talking, but I have as much of reason to pursue this as anyone else.
Will you at least fight alongside me if you cannot befriend me?
I have been fighting with you.
I'm asking now, going forward, because you were not given the choice before, and that is wrong. I am giving you the choice now.
She looks a little taken aback and slightly confused. But he gives you a nod and says, okay, sure. Yeah. You have my fists.
And they
It's
are
not much.
very impressive. I know you are not one for hugging, but may I shake your hand?
Little tiny hand
Giant
extends.
ass hand.
Finger.
very, very gently shakes it.
Yeah, I mean, like your hand is probably big enough to just like wrap
Yeah.
around Z's whole head. Yeah.
Thank you.
He's
Z.
got his other hand like shoved in his pocket, like a little awkward,
Aw.
but
Oh my god.
Thank you, Z. And know that I care. I do listen. And one day, given time, given space, I know you will as well because you have done so today. So, if you need speak your truth once more, I will always listen. Now, do you feel need to use that axe?
I was never going to use the axe. That is a bad idea.
And that is why I trust you. He picks up the axe, stands up, gives Z a winning, toothy smile, and turns around and walks towards the tent.
Z looks very uncomfortable and super confused.
The character growth here was, instead of going, that's a stupid, dumb fucking idea, to that's a very bad idea. I'm like, you know what? I'll take that.
Yep.
Like he almost said it. That was
I saw it
exactly what he. Yep.
Ulfir is going to open the tent flap way less dramatically and ask for more
And it's
jerky.
still more dramatic than what Z would have.
Yep, more jerky.
Okay, well, you're back.
Yes.
I can't get through. I mean, I understand where L4 and Blix are coming from. And I get where Z is at a little
it's not
bit.
a matter of getting through. We get it.
No, you're right.
But he doesn't want to take responsibility for his own actions. And if they can't take responsibility, we're not going to be able, like, I can't trust them. But I'm trusting y'all with this information.
Gave him something he did not have before. A
What's
choice.
What do you mean?
Did any ask him before we arrived if he wished to pursue this?
Did anyone ask me?
Exactly, but you are not him. He is not you. Life is many things, but it is not one size fits all.
No, it's not. And I didn't have a choice in this either. And I have no desire to be here.
Then,
I didn't want to leave.
if I may ask of you an act of strength, we may never have close companionship with Z. We may never have an understanding with Z. But we do at least now have an agreement. So, for what it is worth, we are a pack and should function as such. We can tend to wounds of the heart later. Is that agreeable?
Yes, which is why I'm sitting here trying to give us information so that we can actually do this.
Understood, and he will receive it. Now, where do you get this jerky from? It is very good.
Stinman, the guy that made the really, really good whiskey we were walking around with, he's got this really nice smoker that he keeps like behind all of the tents at the carnival.
It does seem the type.
Yeah. Most of this was soaked in that whiskey and like the bourbon first for like 2 days before it got smoked with all the spices.
When he gets in a good mood, does he like talk about how like long he spends smoking his meat?
No, even when he's
Yeah.
in a bad mood, he will talk about it literally all day.
So
Feelings,
Because
barbecue.
I'm feeling left out. I pick it up and I say, yeah, so tasty. And then I put it back down.
It smells very good, does it not?
So good.
Z will
might-
follow Ulfir back in about like, a couple minutes later and just sort of stand in the corner with his arms crossed and arms crossed, like eating his rations and like
Lex will
waiting
roll her eyes and go
expectantly.
back to talking about it. So yeah, so it's the rule of 3. Apparently it's a thing here. Like the Watcher said, it's withering here. So I'm assuming that our actions are going to have like a rippling, lasting impact. Like if you throw a pebble in a pond, kind of thing. I think that's kind of that. I don't get the alicorn thing. I don't understand it. I haven't seen any unicorns, or I mean, obviously Z's obsessed with unicorns, but I haven't seen any actual unicorns here. I haven't seen any Pegasus. I haven't seen any magical horses here. So I don't know where we would even begin to find an alicorn.
I don't know, but I'm wondering if it has something to do with the power of this place. You say the rule of 3 is dwindling. We've been told the rule of 3, I'm sorry, withering.
That's what the Watcher said, is in hither it's withering.
I almost want to
Yes.
say that I think whatever happened here might be destabilizing everything.
Right. Yeah, no, I think
This
that's-
realm is breaking down.
But I think what we're doing is helping it, because you can see outside how much nicer
Yeah.
it's been.
We've also been doing things like observing the rules of 3 as much as possible, minus my murderous intent with the bunnies at the beginning. Again,
that's
I
the
apologize.
hospitality. That's a different set of rules.
That's a different
the
thing.
thing, is that's the different set of rules, and I think that affects. I think they affect each other.
I think they do too. I'm on the same page you are.
Okay.
Can I make an alicorn check based off my special unicorn history? Like, do I know anything about how to find an alicorn?
I was just gonna say, does Z have any insight into unicorns?
No, and we haven't met a single NPC that was like, look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
If you give it a
Give
lick, it
lick,
tastes like
it tastes
just
just like raisins.
Like, I'm not proficient in Arcana, but I feel like unicorns is something that Z does
You
know
are-
about.
What
I would
about
argue
survival?
history. What about history, though?
I'll walk
Yeah,
over
okay.
to Z.
Survival, yeah. So tracking
And I'll-
unicorns, yeah.
I'll rest one hand on Z and say, "Is there anything you can think of?" And as I'm resting my hand, I'll cast guidance.
What's your Lisa Frank skill look like?
I think
This
is pretty
survival
good.
would be the
I
most
will
contextual.
allow survival. Sure. Roll it and use your guidance.
20.
Nicer than a 19, so you're welcome.
Yeah.
You've heard of them, obviously. You might have you pretty sure you saw them as a child. And
I mean, my friends also told me a lot about
yeah,
where to
and
go unicorn hunting.
I think Z, what you know about them specifically is that they tend to travel between the weak spaces between the Shadowfell and the Feywild.
Alicorns or unicorns? Like both? Okay, alicorn.
Unicorns show up wherever the fuck they want. Because they're both magical and chaos creatures. So tracking a unicorn would be a little bit more easy, even though you know they tend to teleport. But these tend to pass through the weak spaces where there is
The veil's
like,
thin.
yeah, the veil is
Yeah.
thin, and it tends to be because something has happened. Something has changed the paradigm of the way the world works. It could be a disaster. It could be a very happy thing. It could be a holiday. It could be a religious event. But those sort of things change how the veil is, and that is where you can find them generally, passing through those spaces, and being part of these revelries, if you will.
Yeah. Z will look at Kismet, like sort of like ignoring everyone else, and just be like, well, sure. Alicorns, obviously, they like to find places where the Veil to the Shadowfell is weak, like where something interesting or important is happening. So we just find the place to cross over to the Shadowfell, and then we make a trap and we catch the Alicorn.
Oh, I've been there before. It's a very nice place. So yes, I'm down for another visit.
I don't remember it being very nice. Anyway,
we needed to find an Alicorn. We're not trapping anything. I absolutely refuse.
What if somebody can use the Alicorn as a way to traverse that weak point? Not necessarily us having to go into the Shadowfell to find one. Maybe somebody already has one that we need to release.
It's possible. I don't know. All I was told is that we have to find the Alicorn. That's all I know. We have to find the Alicorn and we have to mine the rule of 3. And I think we're already minding the rule of 3 because things are already getting better here. I think if we keep on this path, things get better here. But we cannot just be trapping things. We cannot just be killing things. We cannot just be attacking things. We can't.
I mean, you could.
It's gonna reverse.
I'm not stopping you.
If we want to keep things getting better, we cannot do those things.
But we need to find an Alicorn, right? After that, we'll just figure it out as it comes.
It didn't say an Alicorn. He said the Alicorn.
Oh, okay. There's just
I don't know which one.
Well,
what do you want to bet dollars to donuts or that?
I don't know what that is.
What do you say, donut?
Although those are big circle things that they were selling right next to
the... gold coins to fry cakes. How's that?
That I can get behind. I love how Kismet's like, I don't know what that is, and everybody starts explaining what a donut is.
Do you have a donut?
Oh my god!
Where do you want to bet that it's tied up with the hag?
I'm sure that it's got something to do with the hags, but we have a long way to go between here and there, including figuring out how we deal with these bunnies without,
Yes, about that. I have 2 ideas. One, I believe that it would speak to maintaining the rule of hospitality if we were to find the device that they use to steal people's memories and release their memories back into them and smash the device so that they couldn't steal it anymore. Therefore, returning a balance point, because theft is looked down upon here quite grievously, if I remember correctly.
No, that totally agree with that.
And number 2, they're not being very hospitable creatures to this area, but they all seem to follow, I believe the song said something about an Agdon.
Yeah,
long
Agdon.
scarf, I believe. And I
The
pull out
long
my
scarf, yes.
Yeah, the leader.
I've learned one thing in my travels across the multiverse here, is that if you find the big one and beat the shit out of it, the small ones will not fight and will likely go away or accept you as their new leader. We don't have to kill him. I think we just have to embarrass him.
Yeah, we just have to embarrass him, but I don't even know that we have to hurt him for that.
Exactly.
I have a lot of skills that can work towards things like that.
Well,
Your plan...
I think we take his scarf and that Z be the new long scarf.
I don't know. They seem like scarves, but sure.
Their plans are break their means of theft or break his face.
I don't know that we even need to do that.
No, his spirits, friend. Spirits, not face.
Ooh, good. Very good.
It's
I have a couple of very
unequivocally
powerful
worse.
spells that can help with that. I can make him embarrass himself.
And I look at Z.
Also,
I believe you might be uniquely suited to this particular endeavor. You are very good at punching. You are also very good at lording it over the things you punch. I think you could do a damn fine job
We
knocking this long scarf down a peg.
need you
I
to
mean,
slap him around and talk good shit.
I would be happy to give Z a really good pair of earplugs and just walk in there and blow the whistle really loud until he just hands us the jug and we smash it.
I'm also down for that as well, but I want to give Z a chance to participate in the planning. We often have made plans and Z has just gone along with it. So this is me
Gone along with it
asking
is a very loose term.
I look at
Glix.
Glix. This is me asking Z what Z's plan would be going into here to deal with this brigand.
Z looks very awkward again. Well, if it was me, I would look for more information before I make a decision on the best plan. I would sneak in and spy on him because there's a lot of them and we don't really know what would be most effective. We haven't seen how he behaves. Maybe it would become obvious what's most effective once we spy on him.
That's a very good point.
That would be
Shuts his
great if
mouth
we
again.
actually. That would
Looks
be great
awkward.
if we stuck to that and we didn't just start throwing punches, and we didn't just start casting spells.
I believe that Z has a good point and is showing
I think
great
it's a
growth
great
in this
point
end of.
if we stick to it.
That's what we're discussing, Glix. Why you just
Because every time
Well-
we've had a plan before and we've agreed to something, Z's gone off and done their own thing.
I walk up to Z as they're doing that. I walk up to Z and I hold out my hand. You in?
I put my hand through. Sorry. I pull it back.
We're having the 90s movie moment.
No, I held it out for a handshake. If everybody starts like putting their hand on
I
top of
just
it, I
know.
will awkwardly turn my hand
Yeah.
sideways.
Alfair puts out a finger.
Z looks around confusedly. For what plan?
For your plan to find out more information and stick to it before we make a decision on if we're going to beat the hell out of it. You made a good point. Are you in to stick with it? Are you in to see this plan through?
Yes.
Cool. And I take your hand and I shake it.
Like Z is confused about all the handshaking happening today. He's like, why does everyone suddenly want to shake my hand?
If Elafor
But
would notice this, Elafor's pretty fucking perceptive. Elafor would just look at you and be like, because you don't hug. And then I just turn around and walk over to the rest of this thing and finish my tea. I think we have a tentative agreement.
I am 100% fine with observing first. It's what my preference is. It's just very much not what we've been doing.
But it is what we will do now.
I will happily believe it when I see it.
Well, I'll be stealthy and you won't see me, dear.
At this point,
mean,
if
I'll be
Alfair
out there.
could, Alfair would offer Glix a Snickers. My God.
I swear.
No, Glix is
Uh,
owed an apology and she's going to be a bitch until she gets it. She's 100% done at this point. It started with the, berating an injured, weak, practically dead satyr 3 seconds after getting him out of a cage. So Glix, her switch is on. She's just pissed.
Wait, did this happen?
Yes.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
We got that satyr out of the cage.
No, we got to say her out of the cage and Z's like, what did you do? Like, why are you in there? What if you're a serial killer?
Berating the satyr about everything while the poor
Oh
thing was
my
dying.
It's not exactly. He was grilling him. He was grilling him more than berating him. He wasn't like just
Gotcha.
yelling at him.
It was
But, yeah, he
definitely
grilling
a
him.
heavy interrogation.
Yeah.
Now,
Who are you? What is a donut? Do you have a donut?
Yeah.
I'll give you $1 for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
we can
so,
keep doing this, or we can maybe
for-
we can move forward. I don't
for
know.
For storyteller's sake here,
Yes.
y'all plan to sneak in and observe?
Yes.
Yes, we would like to spy on them.
Okay.
And we know where a secret entrance is. So maybe we could go through the secret entrance to spy on them.
Secret tunnel.
Okay. So the idea here is to go in through the secret tunnel, spy, get some intel, and then decide what to do from there.
Yep.
Perfect. I think that's a wonderful time for us to take a break.
Hey.
And we'll be
oh
back
boy.
after the break to check on how well they execute on this plan after some dice rolls, because
Oh, God.
you know the dice love
The
to tell a
dice.
story, and we're gonna see how that plays out. So
Can I please have a donut?
stay with us. We're
Oh,
gonna try to
donut sounds
take
so good right
a 7-ish minute break. Everyone got a little bit of a late start, but we'll see y'all here back shortly. And if you can, do support us. Check out the Pally link. The tips are split evenly there. Also support us doing subs, goals up above us, and yeah, check out all of the people's websites and various things they're doing when you see the break screen. We'll see y'all soon.
Biddies, ooh woo.
Oh God, here we go again.
It was inevitable. It was inevitable.
Truly.
I want Panda to like make some
We're back. Hello,
Hey.
and welcome back to Wayward Revelry, everyone. I said it right. Leave me alone. So, our group of adventurers has decided on their strategy for approaching the Harengon home base. I wouldn't even say the Harengon, the Brigand home base that happens to be filled with Harengons. And they are going to go with the sneaky approach. Now, bringing us to our map, because I think this is a good time to do this. Their place of entrance is in here. I can zoom in on that for those looking on the screen. Now, they do have to go through the tollway. There's no way to skip some of the bridges here. They're elevated over some of the higher waters, which has been receding as our group has been clearing out some of the OLs as they've been traveling across the... Wait, you disappeared? Oh, let me make you appear again.
Yeah.
There you go.
You missed me.
As they've been traveling across hither. So the water is a little lower, but it is still a bit mucky. But you can travel through the swampy waters around the tollway. It's going to be a little slow going, especially for you who are short. If you decide to walk.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm pointing out if you're walking, it's going to take out a little bit more travel time. However, there are patrols along the tollway because you are going into their home base. So, what we're going to do is we're going to make a group stealth check here.
Oh, before we get started, we are up where this pink X is up here, right?
Yes, that's the area y'all are up in.
I would ask.
Well,
if
I thought we
everybody
were
wanted
down
to...
Well,
here.
y'all had moved down some. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I was confused of where we were at. All right.
Yeah.
Never mind. Because I was going to say, do we want to go cleanse the well that we were?
That's where y'all
right
came
by,
up through. But y'all had moved down towards the little tower there that was on the cave to clear that out, which y'all did.
Yeah, I was confused. I didn't know that. I thought we came out up here and then we moved up here. So, okay. Because I would have said, can we clear that one that's kind of out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you?
And you
We
still
just got
could.
distracted by the singing.
Y'all
We
still
could go
could.
around.
I like, as far as I'm concerned, we can skip the RP for that, and y'all get some random stuff out of it and say it's clear.
Okay, let's do that.
Because we would,
Yeah.
I think we would as a group
Because
do that,
it-
especially because
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a walkway right there too.
It makes sense to
Yeah.
me.
And there might be more unicorn toys.
let me-
True.
Well, this time we got a finger trap and
we can
a
always roll that
packet of
after
gushers.
and-
yeah,
Yeah.
but
I gotta ask the
And I'm
the
big in the
recon
90s now.
the
You
recon
said a
mission,
finger
we're
trap and
gonna
a packet
come
of gushers.
right. Both of y'all were answering that question at the
Sorry.
same time. Go ahead,
Please.
after we do the stealth recon mission, we're coming back out to strategize what to actually do, right? That's the plan. We're just looking.
Or we're going back further into the tunnel, away to then decide on our plan.
Okay,
I mean,
we don't know what the
unless-
secret tunnel is like, but yeah.
Y'all don't
Unless
know
we
how
get like
this
a very,
works.
unless we get a very obvious, like we wind up accidentally finding the thing to Steel's memories. I agree. Like we'd back out, like once we figure it out and we do the
Yeah,
thing.
I think right now it's going to be recon only, and if we need to make decisions while we're down there, we can, as long as we're quiet about it, or we have to come back out. I think that's a
Okay.
decision that we will have to make based on the information we get while we're in there, because
So
there
I
may
need to
not be
pick
an
my-
option to get back out.
Fair enough. Gotta
I
pick
say
my
that should.
spells for the day.
I'm team recon, and if we can come back out and regroup and figure something out, great. But if we can't, we'll just need to find a corner where we can make a plan while we're down there.
Yeah, that sounds
Nice.
agreeable.
Yep.
Okay.
Where is
Alright.
Clibor before we're leaving?
Clibor is basically getting his legs back under him, essentially. He doesn't seem to like he seems after he's eaten to almost magically fill out. Like um maybe it is this particular area y'all were in where it's cleaner or the air or whatever. But once y'all get some food in him, he seems pretty spry.
Did he give us any information on the Haragons? Because I know we were role playing everything out, but we never had a chance to actually talk to him.
Sure. Well, I'll put it like this, and this is just for expediting time. He wouldn't
Mhm.
know very much. He's been up there for an extended period of time, and so he doesn't know what the hell is going on down here. He just saw the land get smoggier and smoggier, essentially.
Oh, so he's
And
been up there for a hot minute. Okay.
he's been up there for a grip.
Yeah.
Now, what he does tell you is that, and it seems odd, but he leaves y'all, but he says, I will see you again. It is almost guaranteed.
And what did he say he had done to the herring goms that made
He
them?
stole from them.
He stole from them.
What did he steal from them?
I don't think I said. And if I did,
No,
I
you
don't
did not.
remember. Like, straight up. I don't think I said it. If I did, I don't remember. More likely than not, if he did steal from them, it was probably a trinket of some sort or
The long scarf.
no. Or food of some type, but nothing particularly consequential. Because remember, since y'all have been here, there's not been a whole lot of exchange of gold or money or anything like that. It has been things to be traded. Trinkets of sorts, food, water, but valuables are strange here, to say the
Yep.
least.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that he didn't like have extra information or something for us going into this that would have affected planning.
No, he's out of the loop for sure.
All right, cool. I will give him like a day's worth of rations and send him on his way.
So, I will say, for the sake of this, those of you who have guidance, you can cast guidance on one person because you won't be not able to cast it on everyone while you do this. If you do have something fun like pass without trace, that would help you. But
I'm absolutely going to use Pass Without a Trace. I brought it specifically for this.
okay.
I gotta
so,
guide myself because I got disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a group stealth check. And we'll see how y'all do.
Let me burn that spell slot.
This is to get up to the tunnel, right? To
This
the
is to
secret
get
entrance.
up to the tunnel without being detected, essentially. So this is a plus 10 to
Yeah, plus 10
everyone's
to whatever it
rolls.
is.
All right, I'm gonna throw off the average in the good direction. That's a 34.
26.
The
Natural one.
die literally was on 18 and rocked back and
Yeah.
forth and then over to 5.
22.
Yeah.
The goal was 70. It was almost impossible to not pass that with pass without trace. But I wanted to make sure that spell slot did get blown if y'all were gonna do this. So yeah, this is I'm a GM. So anyway, y'all are patient. That's the best way I can put this, because this is not easy. The ones of you who fly will occasionally have to fly and then land and then fly again in order to avoid really bad muck spots. I think Ulfir is sort of helping you all to traverse this because Ulfir is simply taller than everyone else. So
Mhm.
knowing what spots get deeper and stuff like that, I think Ulfir is a little bit wary of deep muck spots and is a little bit nervous about avoiding those this time around. And y'all watch and wait and splinter cell this thing, essentially. Watch people pass on their on the tollway and then move quickly past them until you finally get there. And the Owell here does need to be cleansed. The only way you're going to get in here is to cleanse this thing. But you don't, like, basically the information said you can get in there through this Owell, but it's filled with crappy looking water that is spreading muck. So you know what you have to do, but you don't know if this is going to be different than the other ones, because the other ones y'all have seen so far have just, the water has been turned basically crystalline, like clear, not like crystal itself, and then just filled to the top of the well, essentially.
Obviously, we're going to clean it, right?
Yeah. We don't want to swim
Yeah.
through nasty water if we have to swim.
So
Yeah.
how do you clean it? What's the word?
Geyser.
Geyser.
Trolling and Drawing.
Yeah.
I had to. Let's see.
Actually, it's pronounced Dimples is a geezer. I think we've established.
Yeah.
53, 36, and 45. We'll come back to that.
I don't know why, but that just like that 3D 100 roll just got such a visceral reaction.
You
to
Yeah.
my body. Like,
Well, you have to make another 3D 100 vote for the other well too. For later.
I will. I will. This one's
Think
just
of all
for
the
this one.
unicorn
That's in
toys.
front of you.
freaked me the fuck out for a second.
It's okay. It's all right. It's fine.
Take
I knew what it
134
was.
fire damage.
So,
Dead.
We're all immediately dead. Bye. New campaign.
Bye.
this one, it seems particularly gross once it starts to sputter out, like almost like a drainage of a sort, and it is filled
This is
with
the
what
bunny
looks like
sewer.
old food and things of that nature. But once it starts to clear out, it still smells pretty bad. But
I
the
start
water
breathing.
becomes clearer. It descends, it comes down, and y'all see the water keeps descending. It keeps going down. And then you see a ladder that leads down to what may be a bottom of the tunnel. You can't actually see it.
We climbing?
Are we going to have to Shawshank Redemption this shit? Because
But in reverse.
yeah.
All right. I look at everybody. Time to go, I guess.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Will Ulfir fit?
Yes.
Okay.
Will the ladder hold him?
This thing is fairly wide. I would say these wells around are about 15 foot
Okay.
radius. So you do have space to get down them. I mean, you couldn't like take a very large creature down here, but you can certainly fit. And for the sake of y'all knowing what came out of here, there is a notebook. And when you open up the notebook and you look at it, you can't actually see anything. However, as y'all kind of crowd around it and, you know, the first person opens it, whoever's looking at it from the upside down angle can actually see writing on it, and whoever's looking at it right side up can't see anything.
Secret notebook.
Secret notebook.
I feel like Ophir is probably the one who can read stuff on it because, like, if he was looking down over us, he would be like head
Yeah.
straight
Yep.
down view. So,
Yep, makes sense.
oh, it's an empty notebook. Elafor, do you want this?
It has writing on it.
But it doesn't. It's blank.
What are you talking about?
I'm reading it right now.
I look at
Okay,
everybody.
this is really funny.
Interesting.
Whoa.
I'm
does
standing
it
next
say?
to Oliver. No, there's there's writing on it. Turn it around. Turn it. No. Spin.
All right, I do as instructed.
And then it's blank for them, and then you can see.
Oh.
like,
Whoa, where'd
There's
it
no
go?
scribbles on
writing.
there.
What did you
Magic
do?
notebook.
I very much would like this notebook. This seems very fascinating.
That is all you.
What does
there's-
it say?
What is marry, fuck, kill?
Yeah, it's a bunch of gibberish and be stuff like that. Sure, why not? But it's not a whole lot of writing in here. The notebook is mostly empty. There is also a small rock. It's probably about the size that would fit in like Z's palm comfortably. But the rock, once you pick it up, floats, almost like hovering. It sits maybe like if you hold it, maybe like an inch above your hand. You can grab it, but when you let it go, it just floats naturally all the time.
Kind of
But only over your hand, like not over the ground or something, right?
No, it floats over everything. You probably didn't
Oh.
notice it because of the water.
Okay.
But it just floats.
We all float down here.
Oh God.
I had a feeling.
I knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
And-
just didn't know who was going to take the bait.
on on something that seems fairly random is Kismet, you take a particular note of this because there is what
That's
seems
never
to
good.
be a
What?
bar of soap, but it is shaped like a flower that you remember from your childhood. Almost like some of the flowers that you have sprout in your hair when they're not wilted. But it reminds you of flowers from the Sealy Court. It even smells like a flower from the Sealy Court. But it is soap.
Pick it up. And I hold it to my hair, which the flowers aren't very wilted right now. I fed pretty.
You're pretty good.
I had it. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yesterday.
Have
You
deer.
had an entire deer yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good for a while. And I hold it up and I see, oh, these grow everywhere in my home. Smells like it too.
Can I see?
Yeah.
I'll smell it. Do
Hold
I
it up.
recognize being who I am? Do I kind of recognize it even though we're not really from here anymore?
Roll me a history check.
Sure.
What color is it?
What color is it?
18.
Oh, it's kind of fleshy looking, honestly. Like a pink fleshy looking color. It's not like
Oh, it's in my
It's
a
it's
colored
pink soap. It's-
flower. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't necessarily know the flower, but the scent is familiar.
I recognize the smell. And I hand it back.
It's nice.
Z sort of tossing that stone between his hand. Does it actually make contact with the hand?
It makes contact and then it bounces up to a float, essentially.
Okay, so it's not like something you could chuck at someone that wouldn't actually hit them. It would make contact.
Oh, it would hit them. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. And then it hit the ground and then it floated a
And
little bit
float.
above the
Yeah,
ground.
yeah.
Cool. And that is what you get out of that. We'll roll another one later on. But now you just see a long ladder down, seemingly unending.
Should
I could-
someone go ahead?
I'll take point.
Okay.
What is your marching order for this? because this will matter.
I will go
Oh.
second.
I'm gonna
Where
assume
Elford?
the two people that can fly are gonna go down first because they don't have to touch anything.
Cool.
I can just spider climb, like
You could
literally
just
Spider-Man
walk.
crawl down.
Just
Yeah.
you
Or
don't
like
even have to
just,
Spider-Man crawl. You could just walk. Just start
Yeah.
walking up and then
Yeah.
straight down.
yep, basically.
Yeah.
So I'll just walk besides Ulfir and Clicks so that I'm not
The ladder,
touching
yeah.
it with my hands. Yeah.
I'm gonna look up at Ulfir. I'm gonna be like, Ulfir,
Mm.
buddy, you're a lot bigger than I am. Can you go first? So if somebody slips, like you can catch me, I would not catch you.
Ulfir starts descending the ladder.
Does anybody need to make any checks to climb down?
Not for climbing the ladder, no. I
Okay.
like as level what? 4 or 5
Four.
adventurers,
Four.
y'all are more than capable of climbing
Of
a
ladder
ladder.
climbing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Honestly, knowing us, like if
Don't-
we rolled, it would probably be
Do
worse
not
off.
put this
Stop.
in the hands of digital dice. Do
I-
not
I'm
do
not,
this thing.
I'm not doing this one to you. However, Alifor, since you're first,
Yes, sir.
you don't know how this works. This doesn't make sense. You're going down, it's dark, and it's almost like you pass through a void. And the next thing you know, let me see if I remember how to do this. Put someone on a map by themselves.
Drag their name.
Yeah.
Lex is just gonna look over her shoulder. Ulfir, don't look at my ass.
Uh, so of course
Ulfir.
Ulfir looks up. What?
Yeah.
Can you see this? Or did I do this right? Do I have to drag them from the bottom or
Drag from the bottom the name, not the like color icon or photo or
Yeah.
whatever.
I'll switch away from the stream screen for the meanwhile.
Yeah, because we can see it on stream, but we can't see
You're
it
right.
on
You're
It's
right.
all
There we
right. I'll
go.
just go look
There
at the
we go.
Hellbird app.
So,
Ooh, oh boy.
so you can't see all of this.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm not doing you know, the dynamic
Fog of
lighting,
War.
you're in that triangle of a room. And you see what looks to be a storage room. Alifor. It is like cluttered with weapons and supplies. They don't seem to be entirely organized. Some of it is organized, but a lot of other stuff is haphazardly placed. A few pieces are placed on wooden pedestals to, you know, make them look like they're more important. But with your perception, you understand that these are not particularly good weapons or items of any sort. And this is supposed to be one space over. But what seems to be almost like in the wall itself is a wooden statue of a woman. Now, the weird thing, Alifor, is you were going down and then you came up through this room. You were just there. It wasn't like you walked through a tunnel or something. You went down this ladder and then you popped out in this room, essentially.
I don't see an obvious way to go back, do I?
No, you do. It is still the same ladder. It is almost like exactly the same. You just came out of basically a little manhole tunnel entrance almost. Like you don't even have to push up. It was just like your head touched it, you moved your hand up, and you were in this room.
Did
And then
I
there's a ladder
see
somewhere.
Alifor disappear? Like, does he disappear in front of me?
So if you are behind Alifor, y'all both have to pass through like this black void, and you would have basically booped your head like right after him or ran into Alifor's feet.
Okay.
I will go back and see if it puts me back into the secret tunnel.
You climb back down. Next thing you know, you're climbing up.
Okay.
Because it's like orientation changed you, and you see Z.
I kind of motion for Z to hold on. I point to everybody else and I kind of fly back up. Well, friends, apparently climbing the ladder puts us directly into what I believe is their base.
Okay, did you see how many were there?
It leads to what looked like, I would assume, some form of storage room. I wanted to make sure you were aware of that before we did anything else, just in case.
I could disguise myself as one of them. I don't know if anyone else can disguise themselves. We could perhaps. Was there anyone in there?
There was no people that you saw. Not in that room. You
The
might
only
have
thing-
heard people walking around outside of there, maybe, but nothing in that room.
The only thing that I saw of note was a wooden statue of a woman.
Does that ring a bell for anybody else?
I mean, that's pretty vague, but I don't know. Maybe we know something.
We can proceed, but we should be cautious.
And just walk down.
And if we do get into, as we're running, and if we do get into blows, perhaps we should pull our punches and make sure that they are non-lethal.
I can do that. I do it
Well,
all the time.
we could all just wait here and send one or two people ahead to scout out. That would reduce the likelihood of coming to blows.
If I've learned one universal lesson, you do not split the party.
That's very wise. Who said that?
Plarg, he is the Dean of Chaos.
Ah, smart.
Okay.
Actual NPC name. Enjoy.
Ulfir is going to cast Disguise Self, and he now looks like, because I can only seem 1 foot shorter, an 11-foot tall Harengon.
Yeah, we've
Is
got a
Ulfir
tiny
12 foot? I
Harengon.
thought Ulfir was like, I thought Ulfir was 10 foot tall, or like 8.5
About-
feet.
No, 12.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 12 feet
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah, Z is actually the right size, I think.
Yeah,
Because Harry got
so-
our house is small.
Yeah, Harengon are between generally around 3 and 5 feet.
Ulfir now looks like an 11-foot tall bunny.
Well, if we're doing
Oh,
it, Z will transform into a flying bunny.
Your aunt loves you, Ulfie.
Wait, how are you transforming into a flying bunny? You have disguise self as well?
I have the masquerade tattoo, which lets me cast disguise self once per day.
You're right.
I look at Ulfir and I say, "It's a good thing I fed on the deer earlier. You would have."
Very good thing.
Yeah. You look great.
Sorry, I have to get the voice right. Very good thing. Is that better?
No, but you're trying.
I will work
That's
on
what
it.
matters. Okay.
Okay. So we have 2 of you disguising yourselves as bunnies.
Yep.
The rest of you are just going in.
I mean, stealthily, I assume we're all trying to be
Yeah,
stealthy.
yeah. We're stealthy.
Sure. We'll get to the stealth checks here in a little bit, because in this room in particular, as long as you don't do anything like particularly like loud, there doesn't seem to be anyone in here. And so I will move y'all all over to this room, and we'll grab your
Yay.
tokens there.
You're not
Yay.
special anymore, L4.
I'm fine with this. Special usually means I'm about to die.
So you'll have to kind of file
Ooh, very
out
pretty.
here.
Are those
So
little
again,
mushrooms?
you can only see these in the triangles. They're mushrooms are essentially chairs.
Oh.
Love it.
Cute.
But we don't see those yet.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
exactly.
just in the one room. This
Just dragging your tokens onto the map here. And y'all can move about as you will. Ba-ba-ba-bum. So you all here. I assume you all here and have control of your tokens. If you don't, I will make sure that is
I do not have control of my token.
cogged flabbit. Well, anyway.
But
I'll make that
I think
the
we're
case
gonna
eventually.
like start just like quietly looking around. Like, what is in here? We see the statue of this
Yeah.
woman. Anything
Yep.
else of interest?
there's weapons. That's all that's in here is weapons and this weird statue. And the statue almost looks like it's been like it's part of the best comparison I have is Han Solo frozen in carbonite.
Okay.
Okay, so that strikes me as a bit odd.
It's not exactly like that, but that's the best example I can really give y'all.
It looks
that-
too realistic. It's
Correct.
like on an uncanny. Okay.
Correct.
Can I make an
Look up and
Arcana check?
I'll guide you.
Yeah, this statue is odd. You can make an Arcana or a Nature check, I think.
Yeah, they're both the same value for me, so it didn't matter. That's a 19 plus. I'm going to use my D4 for guidance because, yes, please. 21.
21.
And now
You get-
every roll is going to be less than 10 for the rest of the session.
You get close to this thing, Alafor, and start to really study it. And it looks too real. But what you notice that really stands out to you is that it's not just a woman. It is what seems to you to be a dryad.
Oh.
And as you get closer to it, you hear almost like a croaking whisper to yourself. And it's just going, water.
Oh, okay. I look at everybody. I will whisper,
You don't,
It's-
however, here's the thing. What languages do you speak?
so I speak Common, Draconic, Elvish, Goblin, and Thieves' Cant.
You don't understand the word.
But no, that's not a feature yet. I
Do
look at everybody
I?
else. I look at everybody else. It's talking.
I walk
I make
over
my
to
way
I
over.
it.
speak Sylvan, and I think
speak Celestial and Druid.
I speak a thing too.
we'll
Yeah,
all
same.
sneak
What
closer.
languages do you speak, everyone? Because this matters in this particular case.
Celestial, Common, Druidic, and Elvish.
Okay.
Giant and Sylvan and Common.
Elvish and Sylvan.
So,
Common,
understand
Dwarvish,
this.
Elvish, Giant.
Kismet and Z, y'all understand the word. It sounds familiar to Glix, but you don't know what it is because it's very close to, Elvish and Druidic, but not exactly the same. But Kismet and Z, you hear it. It is very faint whisper cracking sound, almost like if someone's voice was the sound of cracking leaves.
I look at Kismet. You're carrying around the jug, right? Kismet's been carrying around the magical water jug, or is it Glix?
We gave it away.
We gave away.
We
Oh,
gave
you
it away.
Gave it away.
But
How
we
do we
have
cleanse
ration-
the well then? Oh, we just had to say the
don't
word.
need-
I thought we
That's
had to
what
have the. Sorry. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but no.
And now
I
that
take out
y'all
my-
do know that well water is purified.
Yeah. I start
Saying
taking my
water?
water skin out and I
Mhm.
nod, and then I realize my water skin doesn't contain water, and I'm like, see, do you mind? Put mine back.
Oh. Should I dump it on it or try
Hold
to?
it up and tilt it.
Put it to its.
Okay, give me.
Did you
give
tell
it
us
to
what
me,
it said?
I'll
Yeah,
I'll like
water.
flutter up and I'm like disguised as a rabbit, but I can still fly. So like a flying bunny rabbit. I'm just try to awkwardly tilt my water skin against what I assume are like just barely open lips or something. Like I assume the mouth is
yeah.
just like yeah.
You make it
Um,
rain?
And you pour the water, and you realize that just looking at this thing, that it is almost like it's like a head of lettuce that has been dried out, and you stick it under some water and it starts to fill, but it's not enough. You're going to need more water than what you have available in your water skin.
Does it seem to be helping the voice at
It
all?
is-
Like, does the voice sound better when?
You can almost hear, the whisper almost becomes more desperate because it's getting water now. But you all can see what seems to be life coming back to this thing.
I'll donate my water
Right.
skin.
Try the decanter.
We don't have it. We
don't
gave it
have
away.
We gave it to Jingle Jangle.
Yeah.
But y'all have water from the decanter, and after a couple of you basically dump what is essentially about a gallon of water, you see this thing, this dryad, almost detach itself from the wall and then just sort of fall to the ground. And you see her start to fill out. The color is coming back to her skin. The green is coming back to her. The leaves that make up her hair look to be getting stronger. And she takes a gasping breath.
I start motioning back to the little ladder.
Yeah.
We should take her out. We should take her out. Because, like, we don't know if someone's going to come walking into this room while we're trying to have this conversation. So,
Yeah. Can I do a quick sort of check and see if like a lesser restoration would help this dryad?
Roll me Arcana.
Could I do Arcana? Yeah. Okay. Arcana.
I keep tapping away.
come on.
You don't get the vibe that she'll need that. She might need just a little bit of time to like compose herself. But with the water, she seems relatively fine.
Okay.
Just a little bit out of sorts from the looks of it.
Ulfir is going to try to stay out of her line of sight, realizing that maybe it wouldn't be the best thing to wake up and see an 11-foot tall version of the thing that fucked you over.
Probably for the best.
And assuming Z has been the one, giving her water, she looks at Z and she goes, "You're not one of them.
Oh, no, this
You're
is
something
a
else."
disguise. This is a disguise. They're in the other room, though. We should be very quiet. Sorry, that might not have picked up on the mic. Yeah, but Z is like, hey, yeah, this is a disguise. There's still another room. Be very quiet.
And she goes,
The-
"I understand. We'll be fine." And you notice that the silence y'all had around you when Glix cast Pass Without Trace is around you again now. She just basically touches the ground of what did y'all know this is the inside of a tree. Y'all could see this from the outside. And she touches the ground and y'all feel that being cast around you. Thank you.
Is she speaking Sylvan still or Common now?
She is speaking Sylvan until she looks and sees the confusion on some of your faces who don't understand. And she then changes to Common.
Ulfir, you can come back. I'll call Ulfir back so that
there's not many places to hide, so he's
You're
like
just-
ineffectually hiding behind like a box.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
does nothing for you.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Kismet
like-
looks back and she's like, "It's okay, buddy. Just
You don't
Olfir's
have
head
to
kind of
hide.
pokes up,
You-
wiggles its money nose.
I know you're not with them.
we're here to handle the situation, and that's still what that means is still a little vague, but is it? Why did they capture you? What happened? How long have you been here? And what's your name? Sorry, I'm Kismet, by the way.
Oh, my name is Demalin. Demalyn.
Do you have to spell it for others often?
Yes, you'd be surprised.
I get it.
I really wouldn't.
I came here because the waters here in Hither have been, well, putrid, to be honest. And the tree seemed to be doing okay. And I thought maybe if the tree was okay, I could be okay here as well. But it seemed the Harengon had taken over the tollway and they captured me. And without water, I soon became petrified.
I can never live without you by my side.
How long I've been here. But you all are monsters.
Oh my god.
If you go
We will survive.
if you climb down through here, in a few minutes, you're all of a sudden going to feel like you're climbing up. Keep going. We've cleansed a lot of the wells. Walk up to any well and say geyser, and it should clean it. If you see one that's nasty, but we've started cleaning them, and there's a lake nearby. The water is clean.
What
You
do
may need
you
to
all
get out.
plan to do here?
We're going to get back
Like-
to things that they have stolen and stop this reign of whatever they think they're doing here.
Also, it's spelled Geyser, in case you come across any more.
God damn it.
God. This is my favorite moment from this whole session.
God damn it. Anyway. What do you plan to do about Agdon?
We don't know yet. We're trying to get the lay of the land in here, but they have to be stopped.
Perhaps you could help us. We don't want to hurt them too much. And one of our plans is embarrassing Acton enough that the rest stop following them. And we're here right now to figure out what that looks like. If
Do
you
you
know
know-
anything about, oh yes,
You know that Acton used to be nailed to this tree. He couldn't leave. He had the lay of the land. He could stay here. The scarf gave him some freedom, but he could not leave this tree. Sibona, well, he violated the rules over and over. And so instead of harming him or doing something particularly awful, she just nailed him to a tree and hoped that maybe with time he'd change his ways. The scarf cannot be removed from his neck. And so the scarf was nailed to the tree. he didn't change, as you can see. And somehow, the nail was removed. I have to assume that was Bavlorna. There's also a presence here that I don't know. Something beneath the tree. Something that shouldn't be here. I don't know what it is, but maybe you all can find out.
Do you know if there's a way down below
Yes.
the tree?
And she goes towards the wall here, and she's like, through Agdon's room, there is a stairwell that goes both up and down. I do not know what's at the top of the tree, but I do know what's at that something is at the bottom.
Okay.
But Agdon shouldn't have been able to leave. And this tree used to be strong and full of life, and now it is a stump. And it hurts. I feel it's hurt. And just looking at this tree, y'all, you can imagine that this was magnificent at some point. This is the kind of tree that would have been, multiple stories into the air with branches that people could live on, essentially. But she says the Hare and Gon got together, and maybe with the help of Bavlorna was able to chop the tree down. And I don't know what happened to the rest of it. Maybe it's below in the muck that used to be.
Is
But
it
it's
what makes up
gone.
is it what they use to build the bridges?
Could be. And that could be
Angry
why
druid
the
noises.
air is so toxic here.
Yeah. Cleansing the wells seems to be helping a little bit with that.
She says the air seems toxic. Like, do
This
we
is-
notice it? Does it smell
y'all-
awful? Feel
it's-
awful?
Yeah, y'all, not in this particular area necessarily, but when y'all got here, y'all noticed there was like a smog across the land, essentially. And
I'm just wondering if that went away when we cleansed the wells, or if it's
it has
still
been
lingering
going
around the tree.
away, but it's not gone, and you don't know if it ever will be gone if there's not enough, like a tree like this, to really help to purify that kind of air.
Got it.
Okay, well,
Is there anything
should-
you know that might help us moving forward? I'm sorry, Kismet.
oh, it's okay. Go on.
No, go ahead. I shouldn't have interrupted.
No, I was just saying that thank you for helping us and way outs behind us. And if you needed anything
You
else.
really found a way to cleanse the wells.
Mm-hmm.
We've cleansed
Yes.
several of them so far. Making our way here.
Why don't we show you the map and then we can tell you which ones we've already cleansed.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was some Etten. He told us about it, but we've been doing it.
Ettercap. It was an Ettercap.
Oh, Ettercap. Z shrugs. He's like, I'm not an expert on these things.
Are the tree folks still? Are the tree folks okay?
The ones
Oh.
near Jingle Jingles Hill, yes.
Yes, the ones near Ptolemy Hill.
Yes.
They
They're-
almost tried to kill us, but they're nice.
But their aim is very good.
Oh, you went for it. Fantastic. Well,
We cleansed the well at Telemy Hill and the one between Telemy Hill and the Leaning Towers. And I think we got one more on the way here. And then this right here goes to the well in the center of the tollway.
and she touches the ground again. She's like, I can feel it. I am in no shape to help you fight. However, I have a small gift that I can give you. And you see her sort of like push her hands down on the ground in front of her and then kind of like scoop her hands together and then come back up. And she has a handful of good berries.
Thank you.
His mouth with a very forced smile says, "That looks delicious. Thank you so much."
And you all can take some good berries. It's 12.
Awesome.
It would still heal me if I ate it, right?
Absolutely. You still get because the way that it is written for Damphir, you are not entirely inhuman. You can still get
Somewhere
some
in
benefits
the middle. Yeah.
from healing spells and things of that nature.
Is there
I take like
anything
a little
else?
pouch to put the berries in.
Is there anything else you know that might help us in here? Because mainly we need to get to Agdon. I don't know that, and I really don't want to have to hurt anybody. It's not really who I am, but like, we need to know how to get to Agdon so we can see what's wrong here and see what we can't do to secure him back to this place.
All right. She goes, the living quarters are the room just to the doorway. She points to this doorway here. And I suspect that is close to Agdon's space.
Is there anything you think we can do to make the bunnies not fight?
Negotiation is not my particular strong suit. As you can see, I ended up being part of a wall.
Noted.
You know why they want memories?
If I were to take a guess, it entertains them.
I can see why that's
He
the case,
looks
but that's
mad about it. It's like,
Can we do anything else for you?
I'll be fine. I'll make my way back to the tree folk and things should be okay. If you can listen and listen well. Agdon's speed is tied to his scarf. While you cannot remove it, does not mean you can't use that to your advantage.
Right. Hey, Elephor, what if you took the immovable rod and then tied the scarf to the immovable rod?
I already had that thought.
Okay. Well, I came up with it myself in my head.
I'm like you. It
I feel
looks
like we're
really
playing out
weird
some
'cause I'm a
like
bird.
biblical Samson allegory right here. We're gonna cut his scarf in his sleeve.
Literally what it is.
I'm not gonna cut his scarf. I'm gonna tie it there and then do the
Oh,
rod.
no, I think we cut the scarf too. I think we cut the scarf as short as we can cut it and we pin it with that.
We'll see how that all works out.
I can sit on him.
So can I.
Okay. I have ideas. L4 is smiling in that really creepy way birds look like when they smile.
Oh my god.
That is true. That is pretty creepy. I love
2
it.
for 2.
Oh, good lord.
Please someone clip that. I need it for later use. Thank you.
So,
I later use you mean to show it to your therapist. Be like, this is why I'm here.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we need
Yeah.
if we need to negotiate, I got some stuff for that too. I am a Witchlight Monarch after all.
you'll notice that if you all are close, that the Pass Without Trace seems to be centered on Kismet. And y'all probably have about 5 more minutes of it.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, Pass Without a Trace supposed to be an hour.
It's 10 minutes.
Time is weird.
Yeah, time is
Should,
weird. I can always recast it if we need to.
Should we just go? Should we just stealth through the next room? I don't know if you know this. Is there anybody in this living quarter next door?
Roll me a perception.
Okay.
Well, I would probably I can see 2 doors in this room, right?
I'm good.
Yes,
Thankfully.
absolutely.
I would probably go to one and then the other and just like kind of crack and peek in and see what I can see.
You roll me a stealth. I'm gonna just take your passive perception, which is pretty high. You should be all right to see what's going on in these rooms, but just being quiet.
23 with Pass Without Trace.
Perfect. So
23 on perception.
excellent. Kismet, it is very clear that there are definitely people chatting or what have you in this room. You may not be able to make out all of the words, but there's activity in here. This one, you hear some movement, but for the most part, you hear what sounds almost like snoring.
Great. Let's just go. Let's just go through the room.
So how much of the room of the other room am I able to see? Not
So-
the snoring room.
With a peek, you can sort of see the entrance here, a fireplace over here. Weird, but it's a fireplace in a tree. And you hear, best way to put it, because you've heard this sort of sound before, is it sounds like you can't even necessarily see them from your angle, but you hear them more than that. And it sounds like gambling, like drinking and gambling is happening in the room here.
Okay.
And then in this room, when you take a peek, you can sort of open and see this side. And this guy seems to be sharpening blades and whistling a little song to himself. And this one is sleeping.
Okay, which way does the door to the south open, in or out?
The door to the south opens, swinging into this room.
I start looking at all the crates and stuff, and I look at Ulfir. Give me a hand, big fella.
What do you require?
We're gonna block off the room with the door from opening in with the crates and stuff, so that if anything does go down, we can at least eliminate whatever's in that room from immediately rushing in, or at least buy us some time.
Good idea. Ulfir is going to start moving crates.
Yeah.
Make me an athletics check, Ulfir.
Okay. It was on 20, and then it went to 8.
I'm going to assume you're rolling this will help, so go ahead and roll with advantage.
I mean,
Roll
I
with
literally
advantage,
did
okay.
ask him to help, so yeah.
So roll one more.
I'll give him guidance for the second one.
Second roll. Oh, much better. Beautiful. I'm going to hold on to that guidance.
Yeah, you got a minute for it.
Let me do a thing.
Lix is under the box holding it up with a finger to keep it steady, like pretending like she's doing something to help.
I look at Glix and I'm like,
You're doing great, sweetie. Keep it up. That's beautiful.
He's
work.
just keeping an ear out over by the other door in case anyone in that other room hears them moving boxes.
Sure.
Now, does I would relay what I saw in the other room to everybody else as well.
here's the thing. I can make that one person fall asleep.
Good, you might have to.
Cool.
Sleep is the spell.
Y'all do actually hear, like, I would say, you do catch someone goes, hey, man, what was that noise? Y'all hear that? I didn't hear anything. And you just are trying to not pay up because you just lost another hand. No, seriously. I hear something. And you hear a little
Let's go.
patting of feet heading towards that door.
Ulfir's going to move in front of the door. If I can't move.
I would say it's blocked. You've successfully blocked the door at this point.
Perfect.
But what is your next move? And
Are they
she
coming
is
towards
not
the door?
I
Well,
can't
I
move
mean,
my token,
you
so-
can hear them move towards the door, but they're not actually, like, the door is blocked at this point.
But if they bang on the door or something, people are going to be able to hear it, right?
Probably. Might wake some
Okay,
people up.
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say sleep might have to... Is sleep concentration? It's not. Okay.
It's not.
I am going to turn around and I'm going to cast silence
Ooh.
and just about cover that door.
Perfect. I love this. Is there a saving throw on silence, by the way?
For an
No.
object, I don't think so.
No.
I think it just
it's an
pops
area,
up. Let me
right?
check.
Or
Yeah, it's an area.
Yeah, it
effect.
just affects the area, so there's no saving throw. You just have to leave the area to make noise, but in the area, nothing.
Okay.
yet.
It's a 20-foot radius sphere, if I remember right.
I am giving you all
Yeah.
control of your tokens, just an FYI.
Yay.
Oh, I still can't move mine. God damn it.
Yes, I'm getting to you. Bear with me.
Sorry, sir.
Kismet. There
So
we
I'm
go.
gonna actually have the
You
silence
should be able to
be,
move now. I think.
like here,
Where?
so that
Well,
Yeah.
it's a 20-foot radius, right?
Yes.
So
Anywhere you
four
put it near that
squares.
wall, it is going to be fine.
okay, cool.
I think if you drop it in the center of the room, I think it covers the entire room.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll do it in the room.
You know, then
Yeah,
we're
it
gonna be
works.
like writing stuff to one another to be able to talk.
y'all will not be able to hear each other. Y'all gonna have to,
So I
Yeah.
to
would
make
put it on that
signs.
door.
I thought, or are you dropping it in our room or the other room?
Well, I mean, even if you
Oof.
drop it in the corner, this room is, again, it's a 20-foot.
I don't know if
we'd
you
have
can
to all be
drop it
here.
in another room that you can't see.
No, you have to be able to see
Does
the
it?
area.
It doesn't say you have to see it. It just says
A
a point
that I
within
choose
range.
within range.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe you could try to put it right on the other side, like a little further over, though you might not be as precise or something. I don't know.
Instead of getting fiddly with it, let's just say that you cast silence and it works for
The
this.
effect,
particular
the effect we
thing.
want works.
Yeah, what you're
Gotcha.
trying to do. Because
Yes.
Move forward. is
I
what
don't
I'm
care
hearing.
that much about the mechanics of it in this particular case because I know what you're trying to
Okay.
accomplish, and it would accomplish that.
Okay, cool,
Uh,
cool. And I'm like, okay, so that's gonna last. That gives us 10 minutes.
The other,
But-
what's the other door? What did we hear? There's somebody.
There's multiple people in that room. One sleeping, one sharpening weapons and whistling to himself.
So one person is awake in there, or
That
multiple? people?
that I was
That you
able
could
to
see.
see.
get line of sight on. Yep.
I point
Okay.
I point the direction where the guy was that was sharpening. I say, I think worst case scenario, we put him to sleep.
Okay.
And I look at Kismet. If there are multiple others in that room, because that's the one that I know is awake, we could at least try to sneak through.
Okay.
I can try to charm him too. And make him help us.
Either way, either option is fine.
Or we send him to a farm in upstate New York.
He says, I think we've already blown the plan to spy on them. Like they're gonna know something happened.
Yeah, we're not spying. We're just trying to avoid as much combat as possible.
Also, in this room, I'm not gonna make your roll perception checks or even investigation checks.
My passive
'Cause
investigation is a 21.
the stuff in this room is fairly obvious, and you already sort of looked over it. I think the loot in here was sorry. There are 10 sets of clubs, slings, there's light crossbows, bolts, a set of leather armor, and a set of studded leather armor.
Ooh.
I'll
in
be
case y'all need any
pocketing
of that.
I'll be pocketing that studded leather.
I have leather on. Is there any daggers or anything in here?
Sure. I'll say there's
Does-
a couple of daggers.
Is it gonna count as stealing if I take it?
I'll put it like this. As far as you know, there's no one to exchange with on any of this stuff.
Let's grab one of the daggers and put it in my boot to replace the one that I gave our little dragon friend.
Yep. So you can mark that down in your inventory. You have a dagger.
I rest one hand on Blix's shoulder and I say, I'm so proud of you.
Are you equipping the studded leather armor now, Alafor?
No, because I don't know what it is, but I'm going to pocket it.
Okay.
And it's gonna take a minute. It would take so
Stick
long
that
to
in
get
the bag.
into it.
I
Yep,
just asked that because y'all have a limited amount of time past that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
let's just go.
she was not casting things at full strength.
So do we want to try to like put him to sleep and get him snoring, or do we want me to try to charm him and get him to help us? What do we want to do?
I think we try to
Because
put
I
him
think
to
there's no more investigation we can do here without alerting to everyone that we're here.
I think we try to put him to sleep, and if that fails, charm is the backup.
Sounds good to me.
Want me to do anything while I'm Z
You're gonna be-
gestures to his bunny self.
I think you're going to be the one that walks into that room.
Cool. Let me know when.
I look at everybody.
don't-
It's on them.
All right. So we got to do this
I
in
don't
parts.
need to be able to see the creature to put it to sleep. As long as I know where it is, I think.
Is sleep a concentration spell?
It is not.
Sleep is not.
Okay, thank
concentration,
goodness.
that's why.
Uh,
Yeah,
Sleep
yeah,
can
yeah,
affect
yeah,
a
I
whole lot
checked.
of people with a good roll.
Yeah.
Sleep could get half that room or more depending on how much HP they have. Sleep's an awesome spell. It's so
Yep.
underrated.
I'll cast it at second level.
I'm
Is
going to
that
say you
good?
would have to at least see some of the things to, or at least see the room to cast in a space,
Yeah.
because sleep works in a 20-foot point at which you choose. So until you can actually see this room, I'll say,
Gotcha.
like the way I counted it on the other things, you cast it on that wall between there, so you could see that, and that covered that radius. So you can absolutely do that when you go into the room, but you need to have vision. So who is opening the door to get a look inside here?
I think that's Z.
Okay.
I
so
look like a rabbit, so like someone that they would expect to see potentially, right? Is another rabbit, as opposed, well, another normal sized rabbit.
okay.
I'm gonna do my best casual stroll into the room, like
I want you to roll me a deception check with advantage as you walk into this room.
okay.
Cool. So
Ah,
Z walks into this room, casual as fuck. And the one with the daggers sort of looks up at you, Z. And let me do a roll. Let's see. Something. up.
But he probably has.
Is a
Oh, yeah, he prob-
is a +6.
Ah, fuck.
And goes, hey, you
Hmm?
look new.
Yeah,
When did you get around here?
this is Z thinks fast. I want to join.
You want to join?
Yeah.
How did you get in here
I just
to go
I
through the
walked-
storage room to get to joining? No one greeted you outside?
I just walked in. I don't know. Z's like buying time. He doesn't know what else to do.
And-
While Z is buying time, can I just peek my head in and cast sleep?
So Z, you'd have
Like
to actually
stealth.
be in the room at this point.
Oh yeah, like I'm because I'm
This
trying to
guy
act cool. I'm
It's
just
coming
walking.
up like out of the bed on you. Kismet,
I'll-
you peep
yeah.
in and go ahead and cast it. Go ahead and cast your spell.
Okay, level 2, upcasting.
Quick little aside, Dipples, I still do not have control of my token.
Motherfucker.
Shit! What the fuck?
You
You can-
rolled 3 ones.
You can still roll
That
2
is-
more.
Yeah, no. But
So that's 20
20.
total.
is that gonna be enough? I doubt it.
That
How
is
does that even? Can no? I don't think I can use luck to re-roll this, can I? Let me see what luck says.
I thought
Well,
luck
luck
was
let
only
you
on your
reroll.
D20 rolls.
D20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this guy up here starts to awake, and then he falls right back to sleep. And then this guy sees you. And I think that's where we're gonna end for this week.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Because y'all are gonna have to roll
Yeah.
initiative
Oh my
when we come
God.
back.
Yeah.
Because that is the worst
Wait,
sleep
I
roll
don't
I've
get.
ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
I've seen
Oh
some
my
pretty
God,
bad ones
so
too.
tragic.
I can't-
It was such a good
believe it.
idea.
What were you saying, Panda?
Because we had already planned it, do I get to throw that charm person and try to charm him, or do I have to wait
Oh,
for
that's a good-
initiative for that now?
You're gonna have to wait for initiative for that now,
Okay.
because I wanted to have one action, but then sleep is it is a you have to cast a spell, and this person saw someone casting a spell essentially. Now it did work, it just didn't work on him.
We had a plan. We tried to have a plan.
Dear D&D
I just wanna
Beyond,
talk to
fuck
roll
your
20.
dice.
Oh, or yeah. Or
So
D&D Beyond.
depending on how this initiative goes, we'll talk about this before we get to the next episode, but depending on how this initiative goes, you could still do this without having to fight.
Yeah. we could still
Because
talk our way out of
if
this.
the charm works, it might change everything, and depending on where the initiative is for that too. So, thank you everyone for
I feel
joining.
like
us
I
this
brought
week
all
for
my
our
friends
LA.
to enroll.
That was a oh man, y'all, the RP this week was fucking phenomenal. I'm so hyped to see what happens next week.
We learned so much
I'm
about
gonna be
characters that are
stressed
about
for
to
a whole
die.
week. Yeah.
I mean, I'm already prepped for my next character. I'm fine.
Yep.
We're good.
Yep, we're good to go.
I let nobody die. I brought so much healing spells and so much crowd
it's
control.
gonna be perfect. I'm excited. But thank you all, everyone, for joining us this week for Wayward Revelry. We appreciate the hype train, the subs, any support y'all
Please.
give us is absolutely appreciated. Please keep it coming. Use the Pally GG link. And yeah, let's let these people tell you who they are and where you can find them. And let's go around and start with Zero.
Hey everyone, Zero Reynolds, aka Sir Jester here, your friendly neighborhood artificer and the love child of hellish digital dice. You can find me pretty much everywhere online at Sir Jester. I stream multiple times a week where I teach folks all the ins and outs of TTRPGs and the creative side of it too. This Friday, you're going to be able to find me in the morning over on the actual official D&D Twitch channel, where I will be participating once again in the DM Design Dash, and then later on that evening on my channel, I will be running a live play raising funds for Jasper's Game Day, a one-shot based on, well, the Witchlight Carnival. Be sure to tune in there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm excited. I want to see your take on this carnival shenanigans myself. Andrani.
Oh, shit. Hello, everybody. I played Kismet today. My name is Indrani. I am going to plug Daisies and Dragons. I'm the co-founder of Daisies and Dragons, which is India's largest TTRPG community. You can find us on twitch.tv/Daisies and Dragons. We stream every mornings on Wednesdays. And you can find me on the internet as at Nonagon Dice. I have a shop update coming up. I'm almost done making all my dice for the shop update. I'm very excited to put it out into the world. So if you are looking to purchase any cool, fun handmade dice, you can either follow me on social media or sign up for my newsletter at nonagondice.com. And yeah, that's me.
Perfect.
I just missed you guys so much. So happy to be
Missed
back.
you too.
We missed
so
you
glad
too.
to have you back. Joe.
I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the feathery phantom that haunts your nightmares. I'm Joe Perez, otherwise known as Loader on the internet. You can find me everywhere on socials as Loader ZJ, LODUR-ZJ. I am an award-winning mini painter with open commissions. Come say hi and, do the thing. I will be more than happy to paint your stuff and make them look awesome. I'm also a shopkeeper over in the Buffalo, New York region. So if you're looking for a shop that is very friendly to our type of people, not just nerds, but nerds of all types, come by and say hello. I'll make you a mean cup of coffee. We can talk about D&D, and yeah, it'll be great.
Excelente. Next up is Panda.
Hi, I'm Awkwardish Panda. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Awkwardish Panda. I am a queer variety streamer here on Twitch. You can swing by my channel whenever you want. We hang out, we do crafts, we play games, we get ridiculous. Pride starts in 3 days. I am streaming. Zero's just like, chug the coffee. We're streaming Arcade Spirits, the new challengers. I have a promo key that I'll be streaming this week with that. And then we're going to be working on a whole bunch of queer crafting for all of Pride. And Pride is going to be all summer for me as part of DigiPride with Gaming Magazine. Lots of fun and cool stuff coming up with that I can't talk about yet, but soon, TM. But yeah, come through. We're going to have very, very loudly gay overlays for Pride. I'm working on them tonight. Come through, please. For the love of God, I spent good money on stuff, so I didn't have to do it myself. And just come hang out, because my community is a lot of fun to hang with.
They are.
Red.
I'm Red. I'm just Red. I don't have a lot of descriptors here. I'm me. I am a writer and DM. You can follow me on Twitter, and you can find me here on Sundays. And occasionally crashing Friday night happy hour streams when my tier 4 interplanar librarian D&D game is not happening. So
Excellent. And I have been your GM, Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice around the internet. Obviously, you know where to find me because you're here. But I have a lot of stuff going on. So do make sure you're following me over on YouTube. This is where our VODs are going up. Catching up on these. Promise there'll be more. Got through episode 5, but I want to get through several episodes this week. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be back on the Amphitheater on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Euralia, which is a D&D 5e campaign based in Redwall. So if you're a fan of Redwall shenanigans and well, the Redwall Abbey is being attacked in that game, and my character is leading the defense. So we'll see how that works out. I'm also over on Vancouver by Night for a short campaign, a mini campaign right now based in Toronto, where I'm playing a Salubri Private Eye because I think that's fucking hilarious. And you should too if you like
Fucking hate it.
puns. And that is Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And this week we will be back for the 5th and final season of Philly by Night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. So do come check us out for that. This season is going to be bonkers. I'm going to have fun guests. It is going to be an absolutely great time. And we'll eventually get to talking about what comes next, because that's not it for all of our World of Darkness shenanigans. No. It is just the end of this particular story. So with that, we are going to call it a day. We're going to go and raid Rivals of Waterdeep, who are starting their new season today. And I believe Sharif is the one helming the GM chair now. So let's go over there and show some love. And we will see y'all next week.
Bring donuts next time. Really? That was just rude. They didn't bring donuts or anything? My God.
Also, you'll watch socials because I forgot a thing, but
Yes.
we gotta get
Make sure you're
confirmation.
following everybody on Twitter and Twitch
Please.
and all that stuff.
I might be on gaming.
Hit the
Mag
button.
Follow
gaming show this afternoon, or
award-winning
this week, so-
awkwardish panda
Yeah,
who's
obviously.
winning awards.
Wednesday, I may be on Gaming Magazine's channel. Just as a heads up, we don't have confirmation. We're still trying to figure it out. So just
Do the things.
do the
it.
things. Follow us all on socials because we're all super busy and we forget stuff.
Absolutely. I have a lot
Yep.
of stuff. I forgot already. I realize it. Whatever.
Biddies for donuts.
Ooh,
We out.
Ooh, woo.
Ooh.